stuff. And we are ready. Maybe.
All right, if you open your maps, we are currently on the southern side of this AO in the town of Kundara, and we have been successful in crippling the Brazilian government. Some background for you, some of you that are new. CIA sent a havoc team, quote unquote, to Brazil because Brazil aligned itself with the Soviet Union. We were originally sent to assess how well along that was, thinking that the Brazilian government was still pro-capitalist, but the worst fear imaginable was realized. Since then, we have been helping the local resistance movement in eliminating key positions that the Brazilian government has been working with the Soviet Union to establish. So this is the tail end of the campaign. We have neutered the enemy airfield. We've also neutered the ability for the Brazilian government to directly communicate with the Soviet Union. So now we are in the process of dismantling the communication systems between the capital city area and the rest of the known AO. So we're going to be on the southern side of the capital area today, around the area known as the town of Fort Kahira. Probably butchered that. And if you notice, there are multiple radio towers marked with a small red shaded circle. All of these towers are fair game today to destroy. The more that we destroy, the more disrupted that the local government will become, making the next two missions easier. So you can go as long as you want tonight. We have, because of all the other operations we've done, we've been able to put a stash directly in the southern district of the capital. It is marked on the map at 023204. It will have a copy of those arsenals over there. So more explosives, more ammunition, no vehicles though. The vehicles are from what you were able to get last mission, which was a BMP-2, UAZ, and 2 transport trucks, and you can load those with more ammo if you need to. But otherwise, we are expecting a lot of enemy forces here. I would recommend a raid strategy where you go in, destroy the objective, and then immediately break contact as quick as you can. Otherwise, you might get overwhelmed because there are multiple companies, possibly even a battalion, ready to move down here, and you are 9 dudes. So keep that with a grain of salt. I would say that their main 2 reinforcement routes would be from the north, where the rest of the capital area is, the major route being from Kubo, which is just outside of the AO on the northeastern side, as well as the route moving right into the stash. So keep that in mind. Once you feel you have destroyed enough radio towers, you can either RTB to this position, or you can chill at the stash site so long as you're not in an active firefight in that area. Any questions?
Just clarification, did you say we're 9? Because
there's 6 of us.
Oh, there's 6, my bad. I thought I heard 9 earlier. All the more reason to adapt a raid strategy. Or adopt. Any other questions? Alright, well, good luck. I'll be on 3-0 if you need me.
Alright, I'm looking at going.
So I have a few things pre-garrisoned, but I need to see where they go. Alright, they're gonna go for that first.
Here. And then here. And then maybe try to fight our way out back down to here. And I think that northeasternmost radio tower is going to be too hot to get to, but that'll let us bring 4 of the 5 radio towers down. And we can use the BMP for transport, dismount, escort the BMP in, have the BMP on overwatch, while the other 2 teams conduct the raid. Who has the demo?
You want me to quickly circle all the towers that are up for grabs?
I have demo.
Yeah, is it not just those 5?
It's every, so if you scroll in, there's actually a little bit of a red shaded area, so every radio tower in the AO is up for grabs here.
Yikes.
And then this one that's just on the outside, ignore that one. I tried to black it out. That's why when you said there were people going to another op today, I was quick to say yes, because this is probably the second biggest AO we're doing in this campaign.
No. There's 3 more than I had seen.
This should be an interesting one. I do like the strategy, though. Take those out, maybe resupply. There's a lot of different ways they can do this,
That first one we could extend, basically push either around the town or through. Hit that one first. Clean up another one on that side before pushing down to the south one. That direction.
What's up?
Yeah, I guess.
You right, Boo? You okay? I just started my last stop for the night. Why am I a bitch? I woke you up? I'm sorry. Well, you shouldn't be sleeping all day. Just saying.
Alright, did I miss any?
Really? With a straight face?
Yeah, with a straight face.
Really?
Yeah. Shouldn't be sleeping all day. Yep.
Yeah, get a
I mean, we can just
all Neo.
we can just go in and fucking fight, and if we start getting overwhelmed, we can pull out.
Okay, have fun.
They're gonna hear us coming, so
No.
What?
do we know for sure
Why are
all
you-
of them are
why are you
guarded
smacking me?
and manned?
Unknown.
This one appears to be in a some sort of military base structure there.
I
We
can't
could
have you
take
set
that
my lap,
first
Boo. This
and
is
set
going to
up
be a
the
pretty
BMP on
intense
a
one,
blocking
Zeus-wise.
position, looking in this direction,
Woke me up and
while
now
the
I
other
don't
team,
get those thick,
well, the
thick
other two
fucking
teams
thighs,
push
Nope, I'm sorry to say.
Those chunky thighs.
there to destroy
Are you really
this
gonna-
tower, and then
Okay?
Those
400 meters. There's not enough of us to split up like that.
Yes.
We're gonna have to stay together. So we can
This
just
is bigger.
we can just push straight through.
Yeah.
We can go
I'm sleepy. 'Cause Liru
straight up
woke
through
me
there
up.
and then come
Okay, I
back
didn't wake you
down.
up.
He fucking
And
threw
push
his
through
whole
there.
goddamn body on me.
That's because you were going, and putting your
And
hands
then
up.
hit this up, and
After
depending on the
he
amount of
threw your whole
force,
fucking body
once we're
on me.
there, we'll decide
You're
whether
welcome.
we want to push north.
Go do
or
some
south,
cosplay or some
and
chore. Why are you about
finish
to
up
hit me?
those last two, and maybe try to hit that last one.
Or go play
We
DayZ.
might be able to shoot him down with the
Yeah, my
autocannon
leg's
from the
broken.
BMP.
I don't wanna die.
So
Lady.
we'll see.
Do you have any
Let's see
idea
if
how many
Miles has
times I've
any
died in
other
DayZ
suggestions.
since like 3 weeks ago? Just because
You probably.
Let's get mounted
you
up.
haven't gotten on DayZ for 3 weeks because your
That's
character
user
broke a
country.
leg.
Yes, also it's a high school
Oh,
And push
man.
through.
I have
Okay,
some.
you do you. I'm gonna add some to the multi real quick.
Who else has explosive?
Let me try.
Love you, boo.
Someone move that Vic in front of us out of.
Do you have?
Alright.
He said there were gonna be
Ow.
weapons on site. Where did he say those were gonna be? Just the staff.
Honey, please. Love you.
Well, each tower. Okay, that should be fine. Each tower.
If you want to try to make all the pieces fit on the board, yeah, sure. Go for it.
We'll see.
I mean, I would assume that's how it works. Okay. Have fun.
We're relying a lot on the BMP staying green, which
All right,
doubt
I gotta
will
put my
happen.
second earmuff on, okay? Love you.
Probably not.
So for the sake of this AO, I'm not gonna do civilian templating. Because it's a little on the big side, you know? So I've got multiple tanks, a few garrison positions pre-templated, nothing too major. Why did you immediately go to full sprint defend only? There's no reason for you to do that.
Nest, this is Hornet on 3-0 over.
Hornet, this is Nest. Send message over.
Any chance any of the insurgent forces can provide a diversion, and if we start getting overwhelmed, then try to pull some of those enemy forces out of the AO?
Hornet, this is Nest. I can try to scramble something together based off of the people you based off the people you rescued last mission. I'll need about 10 minutes to get them sorted. We could probably get maybe 1 or 2 squads worth of infantry to provide a distraction. Over.
This is Hornet, roger. Out.
Where are you running to? I love it when the infantry squad just glitches out completely. Alright, stop it. Want to do a simple infantry patrol here, and trying to make him do that is apparently a little painful, so we'll make that work regardless. So we're probably going to start by sending, because they are only 6 players, we're going to do 4-man to 6-man teams and then start sending full squads. I do have a little bit of armor here or there, and I'm thinking, what type of AT do I have these chuckleheads using? RPG, let me quickly put a box down. Okay. Yeah, I really hate that they spawn and they immediately start moving. PG-7Vs with RPG-7s, which is the vanilla box. So what we can do is use a syndicate box here. And I can go to inventory. We have the RPGs there. And then I'm going to go ahead on... That was the wrong thing. I believe it was a VL, yep. I'm gonna go ahead, copy and paste another one. Do the same thing. Might have been a different warhead, but that's fine. I mean, VLs are gonna do the same thing for what they're fighting today, so... Give them a little bit of spare AT to give that little hint. And they do have a BMP-2 to work with. Just means I'm gonna be a little lighter on the opening armor here, but we'll see how things go. Regardless, this is just gonna be a long scenario of a lot of demo and raiding. Do I expect them to hit every single one today with their player count? No. Do I expect them to at least hit maybe this group and then that group? Yeah. Though I will say, like, this is probably... These two are the hardest. That one... Actually, no. That one's going to be the hardest. These two are going to be pretty tough because they have a good opening garrison. I think by the time they get to these, though, they're going to be really, really tough, especially this one, because QRF's supposed to be coming right down to that one. They could potentially break off and hit these two, and then maybe try to go for one more and then retreat to the stash, and they should be theoretically fine. But anything could really happen at that point, you know? So I'm going to be editing my little piece here as the operation goes up.
Let's go ahead and get dismounted.
I go ahead. Well, I don't know why they spawn in combat. That's kind of annoying. Where are you going?
You guys take point and give us a route.
Like, what did I order you to do?
3 copies, push north.
That makes you automatically pull something like that, you know what I mean?
We'll push a little bit northwest.
Let's see, I think they're gonna solo crew the BMP. No, they've got Drum and Cherry in that, and they got these 4. So we'll see what they're able to handle tonight. Again, I'm not expecting too much. Oh, right, I forgot to tell Bloodwayne about the bunny ears. I'm not going to,
Let's push straight to the town.
You're gonna see me be nice in this scenario. Not too nice, but nice compared to what I normally do for other people. And then I have people bitch at me about being nice. But at the same time, 6 people for this AO. I would never make an AO for 6 people, but I don't know if I'm gonna get 5 or 15 people that show up at any given day. And they have, I think, a third, have to double the player base and another op right now. So that's why we only have 6 dudes instead of 10. So we'll work with it, you know? And then you're going to see me deal with the 506 version of Lambs and really, really hate myself. So, if you want to see comedy on the AI scale, this is the place to be. I'm also thinking about making some pseudo garrisons, but a lot of these buildings are cereal boxes. However, I can always flash set up some AI like this. So what we can then do is the immediate garrison command. Teleport, yes. Fail evenly. Okay, that might have been a little too much. Shoot. Are you kidding me? Oh, right, because the script resets every time. I normally don't use this feature. I just garrison everything myself. Boom. There we go. All right, good enough. Good enough. So we're probably going to have to see if they're going to cross the BMP here instead of coming it all around. We'll probably see the first point of contact right here. I'm going to have to immediately roll a tank down. Which I actually thought I had a tank up here at this facility. I do not, so I'm going to have to turn that one around instead for immediate armor support. The thing they do have to worry about, though, is that BMP-2 does have a limited amount of ammo, so we'll see how things go. Yes, I use Zeus Enhanced. I don't think there's any community right now that I use Achilles in. Even in my MCOs, I use Zeus Enhanced right now, so we'll see how things go. I mean, if the AI don't aggro, they won't aggro, so they're about to start turning head, though. I'm just going to pretend they all have their earplugs in and they can't hear a BMP, but again, that is a grace that I am offering only because they have a very limited number of players today. You got to know as a Zeus when you have to balance things out based off of a diminished player base that shows up. You got to be a little nice here or there because, let's be honest, with everything I have in this town, I could easily just throw everything at them and kick them in the dick, but we're not going to do that. So they've aggroed now because Lambs told them to aggro. Funny enough, though, they don't have a reason to aggro, though, which is what's kind of bugging me. Like, I get it. Obviously, they aggroed on, like, the BMP or something, but at the same time, they crossed the street, they crossed with the BMP, and they weren't aggro, but only after they were all crossed and they turned the corner did one of them aggro, so it's really weird how that all happened, but yeah, whatever, you know? Not much I can do at that point. Trying to get them to go back on neutral, but I think Lambs is going to override that, because of course it is. It's weird how, I just find it weird how AI mods sometimes behave, and it's like, okay, I guess I'll just let them run off. if the AI want to play like that, like normally I respawn my T-55, at least one of them that I have, and start bringing it up there, but I'm going to hold till we actually have direct contact on it. So that's going to be an easy hit. They're probably going to defuse back into town and attack that
got
base.
At least one times patrol at the radio tower. Looks like a squad size.
Now, theoretically, if they could kill all of them with a few suppressed shots before a loud shot goes out, I usually do count that as a successful stealth operation, but
I don't think so.
They've got 6 people. 4 suppressed guns could do some wonders here, and I've allowed stuff like that in the past, but it's really, really hard to do.
Who all has suppressor?
Add that with the fact that we have lambs on, and it's not generic lambs. This is the 506 version of lambs, so I have no idea how it's going to interact with anything.
All right, Stuart. Stay with the Vic. Everyone else fucking attach suppressors and move up to the tower. See if we can take that squad out suppressed.
That's awkward. They all have thumpers. Liru gave them all.
Squad is currently on the west side of the tower, pushing south. They've been patrolling tight circle around it thus far.
I guess the unit I put down decided to play thumper instead.
On east patrol. They're very tight to the tower right now.
That's funny. Do they have any view on this group right here? No? Alright, cool. I'm gonna just respawn them real quick.
Looks like it's actually a fire team size, so I'm seeing like 4 at this moment.
That's funny.
Roger, we got 3 guys.
I can't fix the other one, but that's why I really rely on my unit symbolism like that, because otherwise I will make mistakes like that once in a blue moon. Oh, that's funny. 3 thumpers and a rifleman. It's the funny patrol. Here's the thing about grenade launchers, though, with AI and Arma 3. They are vicious. Little thump in their life, yeah, right? But AI with explosives can just be absolute nightmares sometimes, so I hope it's not too overbearing, but there's like a 50-50. They're going to engage, miss 2 of these guys, and they're just going to immediately look and just thunk. And you're going to see one dude get absolutely blown to hell, so.
3 copies. B-Vice 3 has no suppressors.
Roger, we got 3 up here with suppressors.
They might be able to do it successfully, but...
Alright, I got 1,
see how things
2,
go.
3, 4. Stand by to
Yeah, right, Troubled? You never know what's going to happen.
Is that all 4 of them? A-firm. Alright, go get that demo.
So how I usually define something like that is I give the LR guy 10 seconds before he's able to at least start the transmission. So that was within the 10 seconds, so they're good.
Cherry, stay here and cover.
None of them fired, so they're good. I didn't have them. They were aggroed. They weren't careless hold fire. You saw the squad leader, that team leader, excuse me, react to that. Patrols all the way down here, and they wouldn't have heard those shots, so they're good. What I normally do in that sense is after 20 or 30 minutes, I would then send a group up to go check things out. And usually I have the mission designed for that at that point, and I would say, hey, bring body bags, and the players would body bag the bodies and then drag them off somewhere. They'd go up and just assume they deserted or something. And stealth could be maintained, but I haven't actually done a proper stealth op in a while. Maybe with TSB, since I see that they want to really do some like modern-based spec ops with like full arsenal or whatnot. Maybe we can try to do some actual spec op bullshit, you know? But this is going to definitely be a very slow start because they're just slowly making their plans. Now, it's going to be almost impossible. No, it's going to be impossible to stealth this because by then they're going to call that something's going on. But theoretically, if they were to pick off both the radio guys and then none of these dudes fire their gun, then...
Alright, moving back to the...
Yeah, it would still be a stealth, but... At that point, what they're really just doing is delaying the time it takes for me to bring in the reinforcements. Again, starting with 4-man teams and moving to 6-man, 8-man, 12-man, you know, full-on squads, aircraft, you know, all your crazy support. So that's going to make it easier in the long run to take these 2 positions out, or stealth aside and take those 2 positions out, because contact's not initiated there. It'll be initiated there. So it helps them out.
I want to move south back outside of town and then follow the south side of the buildings.
They can always set those charges for like
next objective.
20 minutes. What I got to be careful about though is
towers, not the next one. Probably be loud by then.
If I send a group up here and they notice the explosive, they'll call for an explosive specialist to come up and defuse it. Another thing I'm a little worried about is that's only 1 charge. So if I see it, I'll end key it if it doesn't take it out. Simply because I normally do that anyway with any community regardless. So I'm not going to be a stickler for that, because that's just a game mechanic of the meta of that'll take it out.
Copy.
What happens to the D&D campaign? I'm putting that on hold for a few weeks because you'll hear about it in a video either tomorrow or on New Year's Eve. I've been deciding how I'm going to rebrand parts of the channel.
Same thing as before, we'll set up.
So I haven't had the time to really work on that stuff.
Moving across with them facing away from us.
But it'll come back.
Copy.
Now, what I worry about is how long of a timer do they set for those charges, and are they planning to manually detonate them? Because
no eyes
they
on
might be out of range to dead it later, so. But I'll talk about it right now since there's no patrol to watch them do this maneuver. What I'm thinking about doing with the main channel is uploading 1 video a day, focusing on a 10 to 20 minute highlight compilation of an op. And that'll help the YouTube algorithm by, I'm not spam posting, which the YouTube algorithm doesn't really like anymore. They had a massive change to it around the beginning of December. And my channel kind of died, It literally now has days between YouTube is not doing any more recommendations for my channel, to the point I'm struggling between. There's days where my sub count will go down because it'll have more people that, get unsubbed from the channel than people that I gain. So I have to make a change. Otherwise, it's just going to be my channel is pretty much stuck where it is. So I have to take everything I've learned about the algorithm, take everything I've learned about this algorithm change, and adapt the channel as is, and then tell people, hey, if you still want to see XYZ, here's where you go. Because there's nothing I can do at that point. Normally, I wouldn't care, but now I'm financially dependent on all of this, so I have to make changes. Otherwise,
don't worry about the Shannon.
Everything's
stay on the south side of
done
the
with,
actual buildings.
But
eyes on a radio tower to the east.
Well, I'll give you guys the full details on that in a video coming out tomorrow or the next day. And basically what I'm going to start prepping tonight is taking this operation and the previous op we did where we were on the ground and cutting those up. And we'll see how things go. I know, Bear, but here's the thing. I already run 3 YouTube channels. I really don't want to run another one. It's painfully annoying to run another one. Maybe if I find the time, I can open up a shorts channel, but shorts channels actually don't make any money, at all. The main money they make is sponsorship deals, and I really don't want to shill. If you see me start advertising certain things where I have to say it's sponsored content, then I'm really in a desperate situation, because I have so many other things I can do beforehand, such as, pay for pains and whatnot. Also, after this off, I'm going to take some coffee, and then we're going to work on a mini pay for pain for tomorrow for POG, but
Copy, 3 push across.
It's difficult to say. Again, this is a very big equation that I have to try to figure out, okay, what am I going to do from here? So for the record, these guys are set to be aggro. I don't have them on Careless Old Fire, and if Lambs aggro's them, then Lambs aggro's them, but yeah. Yeah, exactly. When you see the Raid Shadow Legends thing come up, then you know I've basically hit the crapper. That is the point where I actually have opened my degree from my college, and I'm actively looking for new jobs, and that money that I'll get from sponsorships is what's staving off bankruptcy, essentially. So,
patrol
a
toward
realistic
north,
reason that this patrol wouldn't react to that noise is they're in a town.
Dismount,
That
see if
is
we
one
can
of
take it
their
out with some truck.
vehicles. Like, there's not much
How far?
that can be, like, that could just be one of their vehicles driving around. So they're not going to check it out. They're just here to patrol for keeping the peace.
Don't even see the tower from here.
These guys have gone guns up.
It's like right past that random butler. Get up here on the road.
I
get
see,
ready to take
because
out this
he
other
has the
four-man
radio and he
patrol.
might have seen those units moving, but he can't identify them from there. We gotta wait for the gunshots to start flying.
It looks like we got him in fucking enfilade, so.
Yeah, so they're going prone back there.
Ready to shoot? Ready. 3, 2. Alright, 3, move across.
Okay, we know something's up because, well, they actually want guns down. Jeez, lambs on the 506 is funny.
Who's crossing?
They would have heard those suppressed shots. Now, theoretically, they also have dudes
Trying
that
to
do
get an angle on
suppressed
that
shooting,
giant
and they're in a
tower.
they're in a capital area.
Copy. Pushing up. He's just
So
looking over here. He's not.
there might just be a spec op
Eyes on the
thing
tower,
going
he
on right
definitely
now, and they
was.
wouldn't be
Okay,
told about it.
roger.
So,
He's not gonna. I have eyes on him.
oh, there we go. They just saw something.
Alright, well, let's do it.
All right, let's see. It's at the 31-minute mark, the 107 mark. Let's do that. So I want to say at 1:15, then we'll start throwing things down. Now, at this point, I'm going to take all the other patrols I would have had and immediately mobilize them. I'm also going to send a tank over.
This is 3. Do you want us to set that dead or hold on it until we get another
Hold
one
on
set?
it. We'll try to use it as a distraction. Are you not able to move the turret? Okay, roger.
And we're going to start sending assets around to go figure out what the heck's going on.
We'll make a breach with the Vic.
Normally I put minefields around, but if I got buildings like these, I don't put the mines because that would make
I
no
don't know where
sense.
maybe we'll squeeze.
I'm kind of happy I didn't make the minefields today, considering it is a low pop count, and, you know, one guy stepping on a mine and blowing up all of his buddies would actually just completely derail the op, unfortunately, because of that low population count. Which, by the way, for the record, the reason it's a low population count today is because someone else decided to host a spec op at the same time in this community, and, either 3 or 4 players that normally play here decided to go to that one, and that one had a very
Definitely hearing
limited
another Vic coming
number of
from the
players.
Sounds like an M1.
So, funny enough, I actually decided earlier today that I would just lightly template this mission and adjust it accordingly, fearing that, you know, it would be too framey. But that's actually now going to let me adjust things on the fly to make it a little more balanced for 6 players. So it worked out quite well in my favor. I just have a really good amount of luck when it comes to silly stuff like that. So, hey, Chosen, how you doing? But yeah, no, so after this op, which could last anywhere from 2 to 3 hours, I'm going to take a small break, have some coffee, and we're going to develop some paper paint stuff for POG next week, or excuse me, for tomorrow. And we can make some crazy custom compositions.
Move into the compound and start clearing.
Ooh!
We got a friendly down in there.
Tanky Angry.
Did we just have a tank shell shot? Yes, I know. T-55 down the road. Do you have AP loaded? Yes. Or the fucking launcher? But I don't think we'll be able to see it.
Tomorrow is going to be really, really fun. I agree. Oh, yeah, it got lopsided because of the bush. Messed with the wire guiding. They're trying to utilize AP shells now. Stevens is back up. Hudson went down. Looks like the shell got deflected or something.
Front.
Now they got infantry coming around the flank
So he
here.
was across the street in that gap, moving right to left. We got guys coming up on the south side of the compound.
Now, these guys don't really have anything that they can deal with that BMP with, so I'm going to have them try to come out and keep their distance. But if Drum dismounts and immediately takes that guy out, never mind. Looks like they got Hudson up.
Was that tank not taking it? No, I don't think they started moving again.
I was going to put that there. Just because you never know.
Guys going across that gap.
AT man just got out. Which normally I would correct, but I don't mind that he's going that. He just got taken out. So that was Perkinson coming in. Funny how he has some of the best armor that he could theoretically get in this scenario, but he still gets taken out pretty quick. With lower numbers like these, you really need to see the buddy pairs work that much closer together.
Get back in a hold fire a second. Alright, I'm in. 3, you okay?
3's okay. 3's gonna try to push to the tower on the north side.
Alright, so far so good. A little bit of medical having to be done.
Okay. Is that first barracks building clear top to bottom? Because I know there were guys on the second floor.
Now watch this.
Top floor is not clear yet. 2 front.
Because Liru is such a nice guy. They have a special blood bag that they utilize. It is about the size of a 250 milliliter, but it has, instead of 250 milliliters, it has 2,500 milliliters, and it is one of my favorite items in Arma ever.
South to the east.
If I were to have that level of blood bag with how quickly you can blood bag yourself in a POG-op, it literally takes a second, I would be invincible in this game. Because you could carry literally like 10 of those blood bags and just not care. It's great. Honestly, something, yeah, incredibly broken you can do. But I play Arma 3 to feel like a badass. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, instant blood chug, just ready to go.
We need to push
You'd only be limited by the blood transfusion rate at that point, but
Copy.
I do love the dynamic here of,
Alright, if demo's set, we can just fucking pull out of here. We don't need to keep fighting.
here, I'm going to free this guy's
We need
pathing.
to try to get eyes on that armor piece up the road with the shoulder. 2 sides on it.
Ooh, that was a Maz shot on that tank as it was falling back. That's a good call there. And the AI, okay, they're not getting stuck.
Roger, let's keep moving east along the south side of the road.
Now I'm simulating the patrols that were farther off starting to come in now.
There's a fucking autocannon in this goddamn eastern section of this.
Steven just got blown away.
Get innovation.
It's a 23 millimeter. Oh!
Perky's down.
Perk, Perk tried to get some elevation on it, and now we have a surprise BMP.
It's down. Coming back over to cover the gap. We destroyed the autocannon that was shooting. There are still guys in that compound. 2 is 1 times casualty treating now.
3 1 times casualty falling back to radio tower compound.
Man, it's not like he got a shot off there. Alright, at this point, we'd also have a little bit of air support start coming in.
Fucking vehicles on the other side.
I don't have any of those. Those are those, because those have all gotten rid of. I can actually, honestly, just untemplate them. I don't need any of those today. What I do need is you and you. It just has side gun, so it should be fine. That dude was just shot to shit. All the trucks are... Oh, that's unfortunate. Those were all free use, but I guess not anymore. Why are you stuck here while the 3 of your dudes are moving up? Come on, silly AI. There, stuck little pathfinding.
Alright, once you guys are all treated, let's mount back up in the BMP, and we'll fucking haul ass about 500 meters south east, see if we can fucking get get these guys off our trail, and then we'll move into the next objective.
All right, let's see. So all the patrols that are in this area, no, this area have moved over. These forces are the ones starting to trickle in now, so we'd actually still have...
They did.
I need to simulate this,
Still bandaging Stevens.
because they're probably going to go for this position next.
2 help with first aid on him. He got pretty fucked up. Those 23mm rounds hit right next to him. I'm gonna bring us. Well, I don't want to fucking drop security on these builds.
Just to get the rest of those in, because I forgot when you spawn them, they might be set to Garros hold fire.
I'm gonna push blood on Perkins.
I'm gonna go clear these fucking buildings.
Copy.
Send that tank up accordingly. This BRDM I want to also have ready to go on standby.
I hear a vehicle far southeast.
Gee, how the hell did you hear that?
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Damn, fucking Cherry and his 500 meters. The dude's the frickin' BRDM whisperer.
Send in goat.
Ears of a rabbit, damn right, puppy.
Ears of rabbit.
3 backup.
Ears of a CSGO player.
Pushing 3.
Regardless, Puppy Vamps, thanks for the resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. So at any time, they can ask me to spawn 2 squads to cover them, since I told them that that was available.
Mount up at the BMP and keep moving.
Copy. Wherever that fire's coming from, so we're more accurate.
They're getting everything cleared. Looks like they got all their guys up. They're still laying low. Now, as time goes on, I'll be getting more and more stuff into this AO. Helicopter is about halfway through here.
102.
But now they need to pull back here.
102.
Got Perkinson picking off.
The 2 southernmost buildings. If we're ready to mount back up, let's mount back up.
The gunner is here. And I think by now I can afford to do what I like to do here. Put these up to around 80 to 90%. Just because it extends their engagement range.
Choosing. Reason.
Alright, BRDMs are on active patrol duty. You, I think, are stuck in a tree because you're silly. And you're going to immediately run right back to that tree, aren't you? Yes, you like your tree, don't you? I'm so sorry for interrupting your tree time. Get back by your squad. No more tree time for you. Back with your squad, I say. Damn you, lambs. Damn you, 506 custom lambs. Get this man back to his squad immediately. One with the tree. Okay, this tank is cheating because it's going down the road where it knows the BMP is coming, which I find kind of funny, but also annoying at the same time. And by now, they're also gonna...
Where's this water tower from the next 2 radio towers?
Start putting in AT teams. Wow, this tank.
So we need to keep heading east.
This tank
South.
is such a cheater. This is why Lambs is so funny.
Moving back, you guys need to dismount.
Bro.
Copy.
How do you know? How do you honestly know?
Do that.
I mean, it doesn't have to deflate to engage, so it's a sitting freaking duck, but how does it know?
Keep heading southeast across the road through the other shanty.
Clearly he has rabbit ears too, yeah, right? I guess it works both ways.
3 copies.
The AI is metagaming. Oh no, yeah, right? It's what we're stuck with.
Audible, yep.
All right, one of them's farting on the mic. That was, Hello, I am tank. That almost hit him. Did you see how close that got to Stewart?
Hit that thing with a follow-up shot. Disregard.
I didn't dismount that, by the way, but that was pretty funny.
It's not like dismounts.
Come on, Mr. Helicopter. Let's go.
Alright, keep pushing through.
Alright, I'm gonna call everything down to the south here.
3's pushing south and then east.
Gonna delete these 4 bodies up here.
Moving 3's here.
And that is a BRDM.
South along the road.
Right in front of us. On the right side.
Oh, oh no. Mr. BMP, no! Mr. BMP! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! What is this? What is this? It won't have the defilade though to hit the BRDM though! I can't. Oh my god! Alright. Hold up.
This is 3 up. Eyes on the radio tower here.
I have never, ever seen Arma physics work in a way where it elevates a BMP onto a rooftop. That is a first in the 5.5 years I've been doing this, give or take. That was awesome.
Hit that radio tower with HE and bring
Since
it down.
June 2016.
Fuck the Vic, I would just want to know.
Holy crap, that was awesome. What are you doing? Why are you just hovering, sir?
I need to hit lower on
They're doing damage to it. Hey, Willow, thanks for the 10 gift subs, my man. Hope everything with the Bleach Boys is going around A-okay.
Guys on the road, I think you saw.
Hope keep getting a nice kick out of this scenario nonetheless. Why are you auto-hovering? Why are we literally hovering?
This is 3. I had a
Dude,
contact northeast, was shooting
Go.
northeast with somebody else.
Roger, we got that insurgent distraction force. I don't know if they're in here yet or what, but make sure you're watching for them. Go ahead and keep moving.
Copy. Moving past you.
Once we start assaulting the next compound, you guys go ahead and pop that demo from the last 2, and hopefully it'll draw some of them off.
Slushy, I'm not your errand boy. Go get someone else to do it, or go do it yourself. Alright, what are you...
That helo is now to the east.
Are you damaged? No, what are you...
Guys, go ahead and cross the street. I want to stay on the south side of these buildings, on the other side of the street.
What?
Hold fire.
But you have... What are you doing?
Still sporting infantry fire from the northeast.
Roger, keep moving.
You know, I have no words. I have no words.
It's going down, yeah. Okay. One helo down.
I can't. I don't know. There goes the tree. Oh no, it's gonna evade the tree. All right, it's still gonna explode.
2, you want to take point, 3 will take trail. Copy. Open up over here again, you want to push past.
What is this?
Movement northeast.
No, I know what this. This is Arma 3, ladies and gentlemen. It is a game with absolutely 0 bugs, only features. Now, I'm gonna pretend they deployed an infantry squad. All right?
You mean in the market?
You know why? Because there's AI. They had a plan. All right, and that plan was to tell me that there were bad people that they had to go fight. Okay? So that's what they're gonna go do. It's how they're gonna go get it done. Now, why? Because they're the AI, and I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen of the viewer base, I really don't know.
That 2-story barracks, 2-0 is
Willow, I will keep enjoying the snow pick since we are not getting any snow in Northern Virginia right now, and it's frustrating to see that it is 72 degrees of a high throughout this week for New Year's. Well, Willow, thanks for giving us up to Korax and for the 85 bucks as well. I hope to see you tomorrow for Pay for Pains. I will let you take that $85 and
Is he down?
Send in goat.
do what you want with it.
6.
Definitely. I will just have to make a mental note of that. And hopefully remember. But seriously, man, hope Bleach Boys are going okay. No hard feelings for anything that happened, you know? Otherwise, yeah, hope everything keeps going well for you, man. Hope the deliveries keep going well as well.
Let's get him a warm welcome.
All right, so we're going to start saying that the garrisons, because they're noticing that they're using a BMP,
Disregard.
are going to start mobilizing infantry with AT
Light smoke northwest.
to deal with that BMP threat.
Moving. Alright, go ahead and pop those other 2 towers.
Oh yeah, Falcon, how did the rest of that that op go? I left early because I had to start setting up for this, because I'm glad I did too, because we only had 6 players show up, so I had to make a few micro adjustments. You got told to pull back and you threw the towel again? Yeah, fair. Fair. I'm gonna be honest, I don't mean to sound like a stickler, but I don't actually enjoy those types of ops where we go up there, get killed, and then the survivors are forced to pull back.
Advise we have no
And then you
dead.
go up there and get killed again, and you know you're forced to pull back, and it just is like a bit of a standstill. You just kind of get frustrated with it more than anything. Granted, that's exactly how it happened on Hamburger Hill, but that's also making me start to rethink how
Be advised, I think we're out of range. He's working off the smaller detonator.
Why? Move back until you're in range.
I don't know.
I was worried about that too. I'm like, yeah, I hope they don't have the frickin' clackers. They're using the 152 or
Why didn't
something,
you tell us that before
because
we
they're
fucking
not
got out of
gonna
range?
they're gonna be out of range by then. So that's
Be
a little
advised,
awkward.
I didn't know he had a smaller detonator.
Woo. Op I played before this one where I was RTO calling
I'm just gonna
napalm strikes.
use
It was really fun to do. Don't get me wrong, but Devour's here too. Yeah, that I don't know. Like I didn't know that about me personally until I played that op. But yeah, I think that's just more of a frustration thing. I could tell there's a little bit of frustration across everyone for stuff like that. So
Disregard. Fucking push this objective. We'll roll back through here on the way out, and you can pop it from the inside of the BMP while we roll
yeah,
back.
they did do damage to it. They just didn't do enough. See, the funny thing is the next MCO I was modeling off of a Hamburger Hill op. So what I'm thinking is I'll probably just make it like an hour-and-a-half op.
Copy, we're pushing back to each other.
And just have it be a pretty massive push.
Three's pushing up front.
Yeah, because again, people are just going to get frustrated when you start, throwing things back and forth like that. And that's not a fault of the Zeus. Like it was designed to do that, and that's what makes it a unique mission. And it did break down of Hamburger Hill quite well, in my opinion, by constantly repelling those attacks. But people play video games to relax or have a healthy amount of stress, like I do sometimes. And most people don't play for that stress, though. Ooh, RPG, man. Uh-oh. Wait, no, yeah, get it out. Come on. No. RPG. No. RPG, yes. RPG. No, RPG. 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 RPG, yes. Okay. Yes. No, there's a tree in the way. Sir, please. This is why God invented remote controlling for Zeusing, to deal with this. Are you good? Lamb's AI for 506, are you good? Can you just RPG it? Go? I believe in you. That's still the wrong way. That is definitely... Where are you going? No, RPG.
Keep moving. Don't go back up to that spot you
RPG.
fucking took a 40 from.
Why are you running? Why are you... No. Back that way. Go. RPG. You're aggroed, right? Yeah, RPG. RPG. Come on.
You guys still treat medically?
Okay. There you go. All right.
Pass.
All right.
Ready to move. Copy. We going cross.
Come on. Yes. Okay, you're taking cover because you hear bad people. Yep, all right. Okay. Yes. Perfect. RPG. RPG. Sir. Sir.
Left to the bottom of the tower. Friendly's hit. The shooter's down.
Sir. Sir.
Let's go get pushed up.
Finish
Get past
them.
This fucking tower over here. Plug within the BMP. Plant demo on. Get ready to fucking assault this compound. They got white smoke popped on their own position now, and now would be a good time to fucking put.
Oh my god.
The street, be advised, we have one guy come up to us from the south.
This is why I talk so much shit about Lamb's AI, but I need to specify. This is why I talk shit about Lamb's AI on the 506 server. Whatever crazy custom blend they've made of this abomination, that is what you get. That is what you get. Granted, I do have AI accuracy down super low, but my point is, it was running away from a BMP, and then I descended it back, and then it just didn't do anything about the BMP, and instead ran up to people and just started shooting at them, which, okay. I don't mind them running up to the AI players and not landing a hit. What bugs me out of that situation is the fact that it just completely disregarded the BMP. Which is why I gave it that weapon in the first place. And I find that just, oh, so funny. All right, I got a 113 in this AO. I'm going to call it in. I don't know why it's giving me 2 movement markers, but hey, we'll figure that out, or we won't.
Looks to be some kind of armored vehicle past the first tower northeast inside a wall.
Roger, can you hit it with a...
Oh, it's entertaining. So entertaining. Let's get a weapons squad here.
This is 3 audible southeast.
Okay, let's see, because they have super ears today, so we're gonna just...
2, you okay?
Yeah. White smoke my position.
Eyes on.
Oh, wait, 113. And 113 on the... Then 113 inside there.
Because I hate doing entire squad
Team east of the tower this time.
templates there, so we're just gonna have,
Along the tower.
On the south side of that street.
Come on, get him! No?
Eyes on. Disregard, no eyes
Yes? Come on? Yeah, what are you doing? No. No, what? Why'd you just moonwalk and you're running back now? Hey! Hey!
Need you guys to push across
RPG.
behind the BMP and get on
Come
the
on.
fucking walls of this compound.
on. 3 copies.
Falcon will be in the pog pay for
Watch
pain,
up the road
yes.
with the BMP.
Oh my god, you are just
Once you guys are
infuriating.
Fuck.
BG gunner up the road southeast.
Gosh.
She's got a guy down.
That's why when I still once in a while get people that message me and say, hey, like, you RC too much. RCing is for losers that don't believe in their AI. I always have clips of AI ready to send to those people and go, yeah, this is what your AI do. This is what your AI are capable of, sir. By all means, tell me you don't need a remote control if your AI are literally this silly. RC is remote control. Because at that point, it's like, okay, you know, why? Why are we here just to suffer? Actually, I think I only need to have 2 of you in here, theoretically. No. Get in. No, get in the BMP. I think that's actually a BRM.
Why don't you get out and plant demo and I'll fucking man the gun from here.
Let me check real quick.
3's got demo.
Yeah,
Getting
BRM. I
right
still
now.
know my BMPs. All right.
-3. I want fucking demo on the long range, and that's in the Vic.
Oh, copy.
Go. Go. Fight. What are you doing? Okay, we can get rid of him. Come on. What are you doing? Why are you... No. No.
3 east in this compound.
There you go. Get in there.
Be advised, I also have a 152. I'm sitting on it right now.
Right, Neko? So what's the point of me sending RPGs at him if the RPGs are gonna look over there and go, yep,
Coming in from
that's
10 o'clock for
Oh, Jesus, don't tell me 10 o'clock. Give me a fucking direction.
020.
now I'm gonna be a little harsher with the units I'm sending in now, realizing that my RPGs are so powerful.
Or on the northeast side of the compound.
Be advised, demo is set inside the compound. Do you have demo set outside?
Alright, I'm gonna let you back.
Get him, Mr. BRM.
I'm off.
So,
120.
Sounds like it's about to pop
I don't
out
like
in front of us.
any...
Give me sentence.
Ooh, undershot.
No, it was a cannon with BMP.
Good hit.
Hit.
I, as a Zeus, don't like any AI mods, period. However, for a while in TSB, I had a really nice gutted version of VCOM AI that just increased the AI's ability to do CQC in a lot of buildings, and gave me the option to manually tell them to breach. And then a lot of people, after I released it, thought I was being really harsh on my remote control, and I just pointed at it and went, no, it's just VCOM, baby. But LAMs, you can't customize it like that. I also tried ASR AI3 for a while, but you couldn't, like, the customization for that was really, really difficult to do. But if you really want to do a proper Zeus mission, in my opinion, you don't need to use AI mods. AI mods are great for those people that want to run missions without a Zeus, because then you have a really, really good performing AI that'll act like their own enemy commander, or HAL AI. I would say HAL AI is probably the best one for mission makers. But for Zeusing, you don't need any of that. It's a crutch.
Left, yep.
Eventually that thing's gonna run out of ammo. And when it does, Perkinson's in a lot of trouble here. He's in a really bad position. You see him getting hit a few times here. He's pinned between two groups. He just got hit again. Now he's crippled.
Context of white smoke to the northwest.
I see some of these guys are pulling back for silly reasons that are beyond me. I'm debating what I want to send next. I think we're going to stick with
I'm circling. I'm getting back in the buildings.
just
We
these
got guys on both
combos of
sides it.
infantry. To send down.
All right, push east, southeast to the street, and then we'll start following the street.
And then pair off what I can here.
We need a team behind us, watching our butts.
Why didn't you copy?
Copy. 2. You want to take point, or you want 3?
Clipboard glitched out.
Roger.
There we go. Alright, let's do some more body checks here. Do I have a body out there? No, he was killed in the slot, so you can't delete him because Arma be Arma. Yeah, and again, I don't mean to be rude to anyone, but that's one of those things that just shows the limitation of,
on the street, but that's it.
a lot of people don't know what things in Arma 3 are actually for. It's the same thing I hear when people like to talk about headless clients. And they don't realize, like, what a headless client is for, and what it's actually meant to do.
Context on the east
So
side
many
of the
people
road
think
as
they
well.
can put a headless client on a server and then they'll get a lot better frames for
Alright, we're gonna try to fucking push
for
up
their
the
mission,
street.
but
If
they
we
fail
get
to
them in
realize
resistance,
that
we're
that
gonna
only
come
helps the
back.
server, not the actual individual
So we'll just start
clients.
pushing up along
So if
the
you spawn
street.
hundreds of AI without properly vetting them, through things like dynamic simulation or whatnot, your players are still gonna lag to hell. So you gotta be mindful about that.
113 still on the road.
And I'm happy to tell people like that's what they're actually used for, and I will do my best to explain what like when to do certain things with them and whatnot, but they have to be willing to listen, and there are still a lot of people out there that don't want to listen. And it's just also tied to the mindset of once you play Arma, you are always learning. I've been playing this game for 5.5 years, and I am still learning. It's crazy just how far down that rabbit hole you can go if you want to, but...
We're just gonna have one guy off comms for a couple mics.
My God.
Get him in the pick point.
It can be messy. I try to be reasonable with people. I used to get really angry when I had to explain things to people, but now I just try to mellow everything out, you know? Everyone is at a different level. You gotta work with everyone as is. You can either get angry with people, or you can...
Guys, you need... Okay.
get good at communicating.
Yep, that was the rooftop on our fucking direct right. Close.
I flew.
We need to fucking move, guys. We can't sit here. Push fucking east into the tree.
Yeah, so I got some commandos running around. That's what those demolition guys mean. Now, since they're going that way, that's actually going to be opposite of the reinforcement groups I'm sending. I could theoretically have some stuff come from over here. I just need to spawn a transport Vic to kind of orchestrate that. So let me go ahead and get that templated. But yeah, sometimes the issue I find, though, is a lot of people ask me a lot of questions at one time. Like, I'll have nights where I get up to 65, 70 DMs from up to 50 people.
Those shots to our south-southeast.
And I have to spend literally the entire day answering them.
Take him. Copy. 3's looking for him.
Tips on making World War II ops.
Break. Can you release,
Are we talking airborne, as in paratroopers, or like general assault waves? There's a lot of good AI mods actually for that. The red, it's not called Red in Tanks, no. There's a tank mod out there for World War II stuff that I would absolutely recommend because it increases tank and artillery and field gun pieces engagement ranges like tenfold. It's an absolute must. I would say for any World War II operation. I just forget the damn name of it, which is ironic coming from me, but that purely focuses on the targeting ability of the AI, not the pathfinding. I absolutely hate AI mods that change pathfinding, because that's when it takes control away from the Zeus. But for general like range increases or whatnot, or just general skill of the AI, I'm always for that. That's why, again, I like that version of VCOM AI that I used to run on TSB. But general ground assault, World War II missions, I would say tend to prefer larger player counts because that's how it was done. You know, in actual World War II, you needed a large amount of units to actually get something done. So small scaling, that is really, really difficult, which is why I always prefer to do either airborne ops or any type of like spec op or French resistance style thing, because those are actually really easy to template. But full-on warfare, it's really hard to do a D-Day with 20 people, for example. And even then, you can have, you know, friendly AI go in with you, but they'll only go so far with you, you know? I appreciate that, Bear. I just try to help people out these days, because the more we get to, you know, the more we learn about this game together, the better our ops are going to get overall, so. Just a blind suppression there. It wasn't going to do much. Alright, we're going to do another wave down here. I'm going to spawn another truck. And we're going to spawn something heavier to come down the street, probably another T-55.
That's a guess.
Looking at the time count based off of where they are, because I said that was main reinforcement route. I can go a lot heavier, but we're still being pretty tame right now overall. But yeah, no, the better we can all get at making ops, you know, the more fun we're all gonna have overall. So
Go ahead and blow the demo on the last point. See if we can fucking.
I also
draw
have some
someone into that
really
point.
fun stuff Devour's making for me, which will be coming out soon, which is quite nice. They edited that one. Okay, no, they edited it. So one charge can actually take those out now, which I'm not surprised about, actually, because they do change their own configs, so cool. I don't have to worry about detonating those for them. One of them was purely undamaged, the other one was partially damaged. I was worried I figured the partially damaged one would go down by itself. I was worried about the full one, because usually you need 2 explosive charges or 1 explosive satchel to blow them up, and they only put 1 explosive charge down. And Vampire Kaiser, hope you're doing well as well.
Roger, let's keep pushing up. We should be able to see it before it sees us, given the fucking building.
This 3 just dropped the sharpshooter to the west.
I'm genuinely impressed, though, that I've been able to short scale something I built for like 10 to 15 players for 6. Granted, they're using that BMP as a very heavy crutch, but that will eventually run out of ammo. It's going to be a lot harder.
Shots in the woods.
Paramedic. Remember that conversation I had with you about how I paid Frost for the DayZ server? Glean that information how you will. Alright, they just put a good ATGM there, anti-tank guided missile in the tank there. Yeah, they're set to defend only, gonna quickly adjust that. Oh, yeah, no, that was not the response I was going for, but you know what? Sure. Yes, I pay Devour Kanan nudes of myself. That's why I keep my face covered when I do those streams with my face on. I can't afford to sell you that. Unfortunately, you know? Unfortunately. But yeah, back on the concept of World War II ops, I would argue those are some of the hardest ops to balance with small numbers, but it's still possible. You just have to kind of shorten the objective. So, you know, hit a single critical radio tower, hit an enemy HQ, hit like a small armor depot. You always, regardless of what you're doing, like what concept, be it Vietnam, World War II, you always have to have the ability to scale things up or down. This op is an example of how not to properly scale things. They're targeting like 8 different radio towers right now. And they're only 6 dudes, which is usually, it can be done. That was the wrong copy bar there, my bad. And they're attempting it. But it's a very uphill thing here that I don't expect them to get everything done with, which is completely A-okay. At this point, though, I'm going to constantly have units moving up to them. The reason I have that happening is because their LAM's AI makes these AI very, very slow, so I'll actually be deleting stuff as things come around and pass, so.
Northeast, he's behind the building. He's treating medically. He's got a man down.
They're being very, very forward with that BMP.
Worry about the BMP, I can get to my guy.
We'll sandwich them, but that's the whole balance of everything, is just understanding that scale, and you're not going to know what your player base is capable of until you run them through a few ops, so that's another major thing. Don't be afraid to accidentally kill everyone in an operation. I make that mistake sometimes. I actually got banned from Zeusing for Bleach Boys because I accidentally killed everyone. But it's really, really hard to find limitations with things without making those types of mistakes. So don't be afraid to do them, just make sure you learn from them. For example, I now know that anything called down with a satellite strike actually has a very ridiculous kill range of up to like 750 meters. I wasn't thinking it would be that powerful. I thought it would be like 100 meters max. Nope. Oh, full freaking player wipe. And I'm like, damn. Then you got to be careful about doing that because you might get kicked out of Zeusing for that one. So you have to really make sure you test everything in that case. And that was something where I let my own arrogance stop me from testing that one feature. And it cost me a job. So make sure you test. Always freaking test. Because no one at any level is immune from not testing. Now, I am going to take out my anger on the player base here. That's something you should never do, but because I'm a Zeus, I'm just gonna... I hit that dude in the leg. Herder. If you notice, although also, I'm pulling my shots on purpose like this because I've realized I've gotten way... Ooh, good grenade throw. My point is, I've gotten so good at this game where I can literally, like, subconsciously zero someone in, line up my barrel, and hit someone from, like, 50 to 150 meters away. So I now intentionally pull my shots to make sure I don't hit them with the first few, because I will smack someone in the face. And I don't want to keep doing that because that makes players angry. Now, we're going to witness the ridiculous slow pathfinding ability of these units firsthand as you hear them all shooting back here. Let me turn Tracer. You just killed your squad leader. You just killed... Who are you even shooting? You almost killed your other machine gunner there. Where? Where are the bad guys? What are you shooting at? This bush? This bush is clearly a neutral party. It's like a civilian. What are you shooting at? What are you... What's up there? What is up there? What do you see? Why are you shooting up there too? This is why I love this tracer thing, so I can see where they're shooting at. And I'm...
Get that next fucking tower.
Ah, yes, Lamb's suppression. You're right, yeah. Lamb's freaking suppression. It's suppressing the moon. He's curving the bullet. Yeah, arching his shots. Yeah. Clearly, that little star up there, right there, it's hard to see, but you might not see it because of Twitch conversion, is sus. You're definitely not going to see it on the YouTube conversion, but all right.
Northeast.
Yeah, that's another clip for me to tell people to complain about. Oh, joy. Oh, freaking joy. All right, so that's another radio tower.
3 copies.
You know, I'm gonna really screw with them with this one. We're gonna do a Shilka. I haven't done a Shilka in this campaign. I think only once, if at all. We're gonna do a Shilka because it's at the capital area, so they would have a Shilka. Now, why would they send a Shilka? I don't know. That is just the government getting desperate at that point. So send in the Shilka. Shilkas are really also known as ZSUs. 23mm tanks meant to basically annihilate aircraft. Will also turn mincemeat out of infantry. And that concept, well, we learned about that in World War II when the Axis would use AA guns against infantry.
I have no idea where the fuck that was coming from.
Northeast.
I'm gonna put him by the gas station. Let's get a nice healthy lag spike out of the gas station exploding. Yes, the Shilka Tower. Oh my goodness gracious, the Shilka Tower. I think they just disabled the gun, yep.
We got that fucking zoo truck. Alright, well, we're getting...
Demo set on the tower.
Roger, we need to cut east, northeast.
Why y'all barreling out? It's not like I'm gonna explode. Calm down.
Was engaged in back. Cut east, northeast, the next tower.
Sun is burning east.
What? Okay. Okay, I exploded. Cool. All right. Anyway, moving on. They're still shooting up at the sky. That group's shooting from long range, but all right. Ay. Welcome to Arma 3, where even someone like me doesn't always know what the hell is gonna happen. When you deeply config enough AI mods for a custom community and you have no idea what's entitled in those configs, you never know what's gonna happen.
Southwest, I know.
The tower's upslope almost directly east from the right side of this next compound, from the east side of this compound that we're coming up. So push across on the right side to the east.
Goats are $5 to put down or take away. You know the rules, Sherman, and so do I. Thankfully, I don't think...
Start getting pushed on below the last
Wait.
demo.
No.
See if it causes any sort of destruction.
No, I want my goat back. Sorry, I just had a mini PTSD thing. Oh, there goes another RPG guy. How much ammo do you even have left in that? I can't even see it. All right, well. It's like 160 rounds HE and 320 AP. Somewhere along those lines for traditional BMP too. Why? What is up there? What are you shooting at? Is this how you, like, do communications with the other squad to let them know, hey, they're up here? Because I really, really don't get it.
Allied fighter.
And it's starting to annoy me. Hey, they're up here! Shoot the sky! Goat. Alright. We're getting goats. Alright.
One danger close.
We get to have 2 things of goats. Guys, we're rich. The goats will be in the AO. They are working as assistants. Oh dear. Oh, this ain't good. Stevens is down. Hudson has no backup, and there's a full enemy group up here. We got our goats. Don't get me wrong. It's great. Goat Vester Stallone and his mistress. And Stevens is doing his best to cover his friend, but he is going to need assistance here. Did I pull the Klepto Goat stunt on? Which one was the Klepto Goat? Oh, I think that was either Bleach Boys or someone else. That was either Bleach or Pog. With the goat that took the grenade and then blew them up. Or that might have even been TSB, actually, for one of our zombie specials. It might have been TSB, actually. Uh-oh. I did not tell you to go up there. I told you to stay back there. That was a good hit.
Are you able to traverse down from here?
Might have been Pog. I don't know. It's been a hot second. Oh my, James.
Status on the second piece arm.
That's like 5 groups of goats. I'm not sure the server can actually handle that many, but you know what? We're gonna try. A lot of goats. There you go.
Clear out these fucking trees.
The one that stole their ammo and walked off? Yeah, I think that was Pog. Pog and I have a really special relationship. They basically tell me, hey, do whatever you want. I'm like, okay, I'll try not to piss you all off, but sure. Okay, James, well, that gets you 1 goat. If you notice, the goats spawn in groups of 5. So here is your goat. It is now a Watchman goat. Now, Drum is probably going to yell at me for that one, but you know what? Oh, right, of course. Silly me. There you go. This is Goat Vester Stallone's battle cry.
Need you to pop some smoke on your position.
All right, let's see. What am I doing? We're going to do... I don't trust the rocket pods. Oh, my God. We have so many goats, guys. I'm going to get in trouble because they're going to see like 20 goats on the ground and go, Liru, what the hell are you doing? Jeez, if you guys are willing to pay for goats now, wait till pay for pain tomorrow. You'll have plenty. We'll make a goat team 6. If you guys find out how, by the way, people spawn goat heads on players, I will spawn that in as well. No, we're not gonna have emus for the mini pay for pain with Pog. It's gonna be one of their older mod sets with the furry stuff. So, but we will have furries, and we will have furry commandos, and they will get messy.
Once you get back with the Vic, get 2 of the blood bags out of.
Okay, let's see. I'm looking back here. It's delete any rogue groups. Anything run out of the AO? No. That should be good. All right, well, we're just gonna make this a messy one today, are we? All right, I'll give that goat for free then. They got loose. We'll have ghillie soup, boys. If you guys stick around for the late night, I'm gonna get my coffee and we'll go nuts.
Dismount, so we have another gun up if you need to move the.
Any of the furry heads kind of goatish? Nah. They did get upgraded, though, within the past few months, which was pretty nice.
Copy.
I gotta ask the 700 if I can run like a special op and like add a mod or two to their mod set. We can have our another Black Templars versus Furries scenario.
Who's up on the fence?
That'd be pretty funny. But we do it with, you know, Milsim players that are, you know, lore accurate. Oh my god, that would be a treat. I'm thinking also about I used to do this for a few months where I would put donation goals up for certain op types. And I'm thinking about bringing that back too, just until YouTube bounces back with all the changes I'm going to make to it. So we'll probably see a lot of paper pains and crazy little exploitive operations to help stem the tide, because Liru has his mortgage to pay. And it ain't going to pay itself. Now I'm going to start deleting some bodies back here. Oh! That was... Did Drum just get hit by an RPG and I missed it? The AI finally launched an RPG. And out of everything, it misses the BMP and it hits Drumheller. So, Drum is a magnet for bullets, a magnet for ordnance, a magnet for everything. No matter what, when Drumheller, aka Jester 814, plays an op, he will get hit. And he just got hit by an RPG.
Copy. Drum's critical. Pretty sure he caught an RPG.
I'm gonna get yelled at for that, and I'm just gonna go, that was the AI. I've been struggling with the AI all op, and finally, the AI goes, guys, board meeting. How about instead of using the RPG to hit the BMP, we use it to hit the dismounts of the BMP? Because the BMP can't operate if we kill the people operating the BMP. But we want to keep the BMP, right? Of course. We want to steal the BMP that they stole for us. So what are we going to do? We're going to RPG the operators of the BMP. I don't even know where it came from either. Like, it sounds like he's up, but... Arma 3 AI, man, it is something. I don't really know what else to say beyond that, but it is something. Oh, my God. I'm gonna enjoy playing with this footage, though, for the new concept I want to do for YouTube videos. There is now lore to it, yep. Yep. I mean, the lore with Drum originally started with me, because whenever I'd remote control an AI, out of everyone I'd hit in the group, no matter what it would always be Drumheller. He would be the one that I RC and shoot in the face, and I never mean to ever pick on someone in particular and bully them, unless I'm paid to do it, or I get their permission to do it beforehand, or usually a mix of both. But it's always Drum. It's always Drum. Flop's been going on for over an hour. These helicopters are now going to do the really stupid thing of, instead of doing an orbital, they're going to just fly down and get blown up by the BMP because of reasons. So at least I'll try to have the other one evade, get above the defilade of that BMP, and we'll go from there. No! Oh, thank God. There were no GOAT casualties in that airstrike. Awesome. We have to make sure.
Copy. We're passing RPG here, so if we need to pick it up, we can.
I can't, so I don't know why, but their version of LAMS also prevents me from RCing units.
Alright.
Without doing, whatchamacallit. I won't have control of the helicopter for like a minute. Or even 5, watch.
Hearing gunfire northwest of the tree line as well.
I'm moving my mouse around and I am not, it's still going straight. And see how it's bobbing up and down right like that to adjust for the trees? I have no control. So I don't know why. I think that's a LAMS AI thing that they've configured. So I don't have any abilities to utilize it, and now it's going down. If they're lucky, it'll hit the radio tower and they don't have to demo it.
Yep, I saw the crew fall out.
We're gonna push up slope, try to engage these guys down slope.
Oh, goodness gracious. They're about to fight a lot of dudes.
We're catching up with the VIC.
Ay. And that's something, like, I don't even bitch about it anymore. I'm just resigned to the fact that, okay, that's gonna happen. I'm just putting that up as fodder, and whatever happens, happens. Now, they're probably under the assumption right now that this off has been fairly easy for the most part, which, by all means, cool. But they're at the point now where one person going down could domino effect and, like, wipe everyone else.
Maybe get out and shoot this casualty.
Oh, gosh darn, it did it again, where it glitched out the thingamajig. I gotta be careful when I run out here because I'm not able to hear their radio transmission if they call for me to potentially say, hey, like, we're under fire, we need you to call those backups as a distraction. So every time I go out here, it's a risk. So yeah, you're on my copy-paste bar, so I don't know why it was broken, but...
Audible bit coming northeast.
Possible Shilka coming from the northeast.
Ha, they're calling us a Shilka. Oh. Sometimes, and this is something I do maliciously, and as a Zeus, you should honestly not do it, but if they call it out as, you know, the wrong type of vehicle, don't be an ass and spawn in that vehicle and make them correct.
Not the one right here to our east.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I do that sometimes just to be an ass, but you're technically not supposed to do that, you know, just keep with what you got.
Direct north now.
Don't metagame it, but it is fun to do that.
Spot 3 on a road to the north.
Guys, that's a BMP, not a BTR, but I don't want my player base to be a liar, so you delete the BTR and spawn a BMP. it's so mean.
Going right left on the road, 15 meters.
Sherman will have a price for shooting Tumbleweed, because he'll be in the POG op. You are literally the gunner that... Ay. What a genius gunner. Alright, I am now just fully deleting all bodies that are back here.
RPG gunner east, 150 meters.
But now they're gonna start really feeling the swarm.
Getting range.
Oop! That's a hit. Hudson is down, Stevens is down. And that Vic just got RPG'd. Is Cherry down?
Drew's treating magic.
No, he's not. Alright. Finally, the AI decides to RPG properly. I think Drum's trying to repair the engine at this time.
You gotta shoot at them, you know, surprise at least, do something.
Uh-oh.
You okay?
$100 to kill Falcon? Falcon, is that enough money for you? I mean, you won't see a cent of it because I'm cheap, but...
RPG gunner down east.
I'll let Falcon name his price.
What the fuck is your status? You move to 3's position and fucking find out what the fuck their status is.
Not even half a penny? I'll give you half a penny. I will literally saw off a penny and find you. And just throw it at you one day.
They're down on my position.
This is what I've also started doing to be nice.
2 is treating 3.
Uh-oh. Are you really trying to point blank an M79?
I got hit. I got a fucking single tap from a guy somewhere to the fucking north of my position.
Copy, 2 is
I'm gonna
treating
need
guys.
medical assistance over here.
Alright, this is where they need to start popping like a bunch of smoke grenades. Dude, Drum knows what to do. These other two, I'm not sure if they do, but they need to start thinking about just cutting their losses, demoing what they can, and getting out of here. Because there's a lot that can still come down. Because, again, capital city, really tough area. Got a machine gunner out there. I just heard a dude whiff an RPG all the way. What? 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 But... No! No! What the fuck? Is that where they were getting hit from earlier?
3 back up. You guys, 3
I
has
need help
1
on
member
Jerry. He's
KIA.
about to fucking bleed out.
Hudson, grab your kit, tap my shoulder, I'll teleport you near them.
Roger.
Alright. We do 2 lives here, but yeah, welcome to my job. See, vanilla AI doesn't do that, okay? Vanilla AI is a little more predictable than that, but then again, I've seen vanilla AI do something similar. There was a CSAT op one time where one AT guy absolutely, like, wiped. Like a full, no, it was a player CSAT convoy, and they got wiped by one RPG guy that just whiffed like 6 shots out and killed every single vehicle in the convoy, side for 1. Ah, dear. All right. Rip Cherry. I didn't punch you that hard. Have you ever had a younger sibling where you, like, tap them on the chest and then they immediately go crying to your mother? And then you literally just look and go, I didn't punch you that hard, like, at all. Like, what's going on? Like, what happened? That's what I think just happened there. But yeah, no. So for the record, AI accuracy has been 5%. I'm not sure if they have lambs overriding what I did, but I lowered the accuracy to try to balance it for the player base sake. And they've done really well here. Don't get me wrong. But at this point, I think they need to cut their losses and, you know, go.
One fucking set the BMP up for demo.
Oh!
Get ready to start moving south. I don't give a fuck about this left.
Oh, copy.
Drum's mad. Alright, so now they have to basically backtrack and hit all the additional places to demo.
Another set.
Two's moving south.
I will say Falcon is a very good player as a one-man army, but eventually Arma's probability will get him. And if you want another example, I mean, this man literally made
Two's moving south.
2 or 3. Where's my camera right now? Like 400-meter shots just back to back. Which, granted, is moderately impressive, but the AI just did that after, like, missing so many, like, not even, just refusing to fire AT in the first place.
That demo whenever.
Aye, aye, aye.
Touch it all off, but we still need to move back and hit the first 2 demos.
I'll give him that one. Yeah, and then they hit drum instead of the BMP, too. Like, aye, aye, aye. Are these the 3 commandos I spawned forever ago? And they're finally... Oh, my God. Amazing. All right, well, the GOAT screen has successfully warded off Blue 4. And we're going to give credit to the goats for doing that. Because obviously, that's the reason they pulled back. You thank the goats. I think Cherry's fine. He just had enough. Because it's also 11 o'clock, which means it's been 2 hours overtime. So, usually around the 2-hour mark, players get bored. The average player. Sometimes they stay, sometimes they want to be a little bit less, but it also always depends on your community and yada-yada. But I think for the 506, the general rule of thumb is to keep the 2 hours. And that's another issue with this ops design in particular is it is not calibrated to have less players.
You might just hold security 3.
Copy 3's
Oh, of course, Drum gets hit again. Out of everyone to get hit, of course, it's always Drum. Granted, they've killed a lot of dudes and they've gotten a lot done. They, I think, are going to get 6 out of the 8 towers by then, leaving only that one and potentially that one. But they've got demo on those 2. Op 4 is too busy focusing on everything else to really focus on that. They've at least blown up. No, they haven't blown this one up yet. But something went off on it, so they will have to put another charge on it. So they've at least blown up those 2, and they're going to move back to hit the others. And it looks like they're not going to hit this one over here. It looks like they put a charge on it, and it didn't do anything. Yes, that's what I was worried about with those explosive charges. So I did claim I would end key them earlier. I'm going to stick true to my word, and I'm going to bring them down.
Ready to move. We got probably push about 1 kilometer back west to hit that other demo.
That's the way we gotta go back to get the fuck out of here anyway.
Copy. Confirm we want to stay along the southern tree border.
Correct.
The goats lagged the hell out of blue for you, right? And now they're coming. They're fanning out.
Copy.
See, this is more like it when I think suppression. You know, suppress above them slightly, keep that fire going, make them bring their heads down, by all means. That's perfect. Stop shooting at your friendlies, though. There's a dude up.
Your contact
Stop
front,
it.
250, about 300 meters.
Copies.
Please stop shooting at your friends.
Right where that 40 just went off.
How many missions left? Including this one, 3 more. There's going to be this one, another one, and then hitting the capital itself. This one's going to focus on... I'm thinking that we're instead going to just focus on this area here and mining... basically making a massive minefield and then pulling away. So yeah, they could also displace and like go through the forested area and move around. Instead, they're choosing to actually move down the route itself.
Behind us, try to get over this next bit of defilade south.
Oh, F key, as in Foxtrot. Boop. And then do what I need to, and then go back, select the symbol. Boop. It automatically pans your camera to whatever you've selected. Honestly, a freaking godsend, because otherwise you have to scroll out, go on the mouse, and then do this, and then scroll out, and then do it back. It just saves you an extra few seconds. Yeah, you can hear the commandos firing. Though I think he's firing the wrong way. Yes, he is. You have a scope. Use the scope, sir.
What sounds small caliber, like a 22 or something suppressed up to our north-northwest.
2 copies.
No problem, Willow. I'm gonna be honest, it took me 3 years to figure out that was a thing, if not 4, so... Some people just don't know about it, you know?
Push! Frag out! Frag out! Frag out! Stop moving forward!
I will never get tired of hearing Drum yelling at people in that tone of voice. It is always amusing.
Keep pushing.
And you will never be able to not tell me otherwise. Clip it if you want, Willow. Alright, I gotta delete more bodies here. What do you mean players cannot be deleted? I'm not deleting a player game. Who would I be deleting? What is this pathfinding mess? What are you doing?
We've detonated all demo that's been planted so far, except those first two, right?
Confirm. Be advised, we got contact close southwest.
I dropped one guy south-southwest, there's another guy through south. He's elevated.
He's down.
Merciless.
Yeah, those last dead should be about a kilometer to our west before we're in range, I think.
Two picked up RPG.
I don't want to go through the town, so we need to fucking push south and then back west again. Going through the middle of this building.
Friendly's left.
Did anyone get that shooter? He's right in front. He's on the left side of that building that you guys, the left side of the tan building. One down.
Got red smoke on top of the building I'm on.
Say again.
There's red smoke on top of the building I'm on.
Roger, that's another fucking element to our south-south lead.
We got red smoke all over this building. I'm wounded inside the building with red smoke.
I'm gonna need medical in the building with the red smoke.
Yes, you will.
Guys, I had enemy on top of the building with me, apparently.
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. That's so mean to do, but... That's one of my little touches. You listen to their local comms and you just go, okay.
We need to get away from the red smoke. If we're good to move, let's keep moving about 100 meters outside of this shit.
Did he have an LR? Yes, he did actually, so he would have been able to call that in quietly.
I think that was idea, but I'm not sure.
Realistically, if we were to say that was up to the north, because we can claim anything was there, so they could have set up a mortar. The travel time for these would have been about 30 seconds, so... Wrong button. Yeah. Yeah, for a click. I'll be quicker with it.
75 meters, he's down. One guy so far.
Patch up here. That is definitely IDF.
I'm probably gonna calm that down because there's no one left to spot. So we're gonna hold the fire missions. Alright, so we can, let's go ahead and delete everything up here.
Drop the guy with radios and binoculars.
Apparently just dropped another squad lead that was calling that in, which is nice. Yeah, we need arc light, right? I call these things up to follow. I'm gonna spawn in another group, put in another Vic, and then spawn in another copy of this.
let's give him a warm
claim it's
welcome,
coming up to
shall we?
cover the dismount point.
We're just patched as best we can.
It's an armored Vic somewhere to our south-southeast.
Copy.
Here, Korax, I'll drill it in your head. Ready? Savage 7, Savage 7, Razorback 6. Yeah, right?
Like
So
it's
have
coming
I
from
in the
the
past few
southwest.
operations.
Keep moving that direction.
It's so fun to be RTO, though. Good God. Good God. It really does drill in your head when you use it so many times.
This 3 lost sight of you.
We need a goat radio traffic.
Straight south.
Copy, I got
The goat RTO. I see. I see.
Looks like one of these radio towers didn't come down. If we have the extra debt, put fucking debt on it again.
Recon.
It's occupied.
What are you suppressing? Stop it. Stewart, yeah, no, he did get hit by that at least once. I probably did a grazing shot.
No, he's not discard.
It's clear this. Okay. Is anyone still green? Going in and.
Shots from the south.
Pushing him. Oh yeah, and then I always love people. They'll tell me, hey, use like the tasks feature of Lamb's AI, but they have that all disabled on the 506, and I'm just like,
Get inside. Everyone get inside this building. Clear it out. And fucking
like normally I like using task
position.
rush with Lambs, but you don't get that.
And clear
It's
out
like,
this
all right,
fucking
because
firefight.
for the 506, for whatever reason on their main service, it's just too frame intensive to do those types of commands, which I get. But means you're stuck with the pathfinding that the AI do, and if you do it like here, they don't follow it.
Top floor balcony outside is clear.
There's a bunch on southeast, they like right on top of us to the 133.
Oh, no, we don't want that. We want to keep the reinforcements going. Potentially pin them in that one building. Stop it. Get some help. I will say Lamb's CQC will actually do really, really well. But it's getting them to get to that CQC range, which is always the really painful part. Oh gosh, is that 113 coming? Yeah, it's trying. It's finding a route through. Oh lord, he coming.
Second floor is not all the way clear.
Now, the second cheekiest thing you could do in this situation is start firing RPGs into the building, but the real cheeky thing you could do, the top cheeky choice, is put explosives on the side of the building and just dead it. That's if you want to be really, really mean. Or if you have like a pesky, my favorite time to do it though is when you have a pesky group of players where everyone's been told to retreat and they're pinned down. Let them have their final, you know, huzzah as you surround them, but then just run up, plant an explosive, bugger off, and blow them up. And then clean up the survivors, then you can undex. Because usually at that point, they're just waiting for everyone to, they're waiting for that group to either die off because there's no way they can realistically get out. Now, I'm not going to do that to them because they are the main force here.
Is this shit fucking...
But this is giving them a window to try to escape. But if they don't act on it soon, I will surround them again.
We're still getting pushed from the south.
Excuse me, sir. You have a moment to talk about my handgun.
It's clear.
And yet, immediately after I see you, I go for my rifle with the big sniper scope on it. Thank you, Arma 3 AI. Very cool. I appreciate you immensely. Gotta be careful because the second wave of troops is coming in.
Where are we right now?
We're at the southern radio tower just north of it.
Alright, let's push
So watch
south
this.
to the bottom of the south building.
I have no control,
Pushing west
so you gotta
to the
switch a
south side of
seat
the
to
GD
something
now.
else, and then you
And then
can...
we'll push north as far as we need to blow those two pieces of demo and then fucking push out south.
You know,
We need to take
I
out
was
that
about to be
front
really,
tower.
really angry if it got stuck on its back like that. I was gonna go,
You
okay,
guys have fucking grenade launchers.
awesome. Very cool game, thank you.
We have a squad of guys coming up from the hilltop southeast.
Don't you dare run off. I'm just checking this for the record.
think crested
No.
south.
Yes, I do. I have a grenade launch with the
Let's
AT
get it
team,
hit.
so they have
Try to get an
been...
angle on it from one of the windows of the building.
Another reinforcement group.
Who has that other RPG?
Northern group starting to close in, even though they're being incredibly slow.
Covering and fucking
And I'm
driving.
pretty sure I just witnessed that dude die, so... Awesome. Hudson went down, Perkinson's down.
Either hit a tree or it missed.
You have another RPG?
I know I'm
Got
not around.
Hudson down on the first floor.
Does he have an RPG?
Negative.
Who has the balls?
He only had one shot. He's down.
Where is he down at?
Just cut your engine? Yes, you did.
No, I was in.
Hudson's lost a lot of blood too.
We do not have any blood left.
I may have some, but I can't see him blind right now.
So yeah, I'm working on Hudson, trying to get him to a point where he's stable.
They need to get out of here at this point, because we're right next to the capital. We are in the capital district, like the southern tip of the capital district, which is defined as this entire area right here. So this is where the enemy is most heavy.
Perky's down on the first floor with me as well.
Copy, I'm trying to get down there.
Best I can do to assist them here is spawn in like 4 or 5 medics. And I think my medics do have blood on
Just
them.
dropped one trying to breach the building from the northeast end.
You okay, Stevens? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they got plenty. Oh dear, drum just got hit. Oh, drum's been hit like a good amount of times here. Perkinson's up.
Perky's back up.
They need to get Hudson up and then find Drum, get him, and then they need to get out of that building through the back entryway. Take out what they can and then smoke it. think they just missed an 8C shot on that 113 pulling back. But they've been here for too long, unfortunately. Here, let me ask Hudson real quick. Hudson, was that your second?
Yeah.
Might be game over then, my friend.
We're getting pushed hard on the ground.
We just need to see him pull out at this point.
Stevens is down. Hudson's still down.
Fuck, that's the first time I've ever KI'd.
Yeah.
Check in.
Anyway, feel free to watch the stream, buddy. Hope you had fun.
Oh, yeah.
Check in.
Ooh, yeah, you called it. All right, I'm gonna start a countdown. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's technically complete, but we'll leave it anonymous, like, ambiguous. Yes, that's it. They just let themselves get pinned. Whew.
What did ever happen to the Havoc team?
Who knows?
I feel like that maybe should have been a mission failed.
Well, it's on your perspective. You still got some of the towers down, but I don't like to kick things while they're down.
You mean like that AI at the end that was shooting me while I was unconscious?
So the AI was really interesting today. I don't think I hit anyone in our scene. I was pulling my shots. The only person I hit was someone who called out the red smoke towards the end before you got stuck in that last barracks building. And he said, "I'm hit, I need a medic." And I just made a sly comment about, yes, you are going to need a medic. And then I hit him once, but he was still up. But the AI, I watched them make RPG shots at 400 plus meters towards the end of that op after literally walking up to the BMP and just staring at it and laughing. I watched an RPG hit drum from 500 meters away, because AI. I watched the AI look into the sky and just start shooting. And I watched the AI just do a lot of other crazy little small-scale things. So I also put the AI accuracy on 5% because I knew it was going to be a small slog. But what ended up happening was you guys just got pinned down in that barracks building. After you cleared the first wave, you then waited too long, and the next wave arrived, and it overwhelmed you.
Certainly did.
Hope you had fun nonetheless. All right. We'll be back in like 20 or 30 minutes for some dev work. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and hopefully I'll see you in a bit.
Thank you later.
No problem. Hope you had fun.